Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Friday. In this video, I want to go ahead and answer a couple of the questions that you guys have been leaving in the comments section in the past couple of days. Now, if I don't get to your question today, go ahead and leave a message on my Twitter account at BuildThatApp. Make sure to hashtag it with LBTAFriday, and I'm going to go ahead and try to squeeze that question into next week's video. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and start out with comment number 1 right now. All right, so first question comes from Sana Ali. He says, "Hey Brain, how are you doing? Thanks for another great episode. I am facing one problem. When I start to install the pod of LBTA components, it gets installed successfully, but when I try to open up the workspace file, it asks me to convert everything to Swift 3.0. And then finally, his question is the LBTA components pod not updated to Swift 3.0? So I believe the issue that you and someone else had already mentioned this problem as well is that you're not using Xcode 8.2. So Xcode 8.1 had this weird flaw, weird issue where it was writing the incorrect Swift compiler version. So if you upgrade to Xcode 8.2, all your problems should go away. All right, next question comes from Juan Miguel Cabral Virgen. He says, "Kicking Udacity, Udemy, and Coursera iOS asses. Very well done, and thank you very much." All right, that is quite the compliment. And I'm kind of curious, how many of you guys agree with Juan on that statement? And how many of you guys feel that you guys are not getting your money's worth from those paid courses? All right, third comment comes from Shaitan Kanda. "You never mentioned what type of tea you are drinking." So oftentimes you guys might have noticed that I drink some sort of liquid in my videos. And so right now I'm drinking this box of tea here called Yamamoto Yama's Green Tea. And I believe in that video a long time ago, I was drinking probably David's tea. All right, so the next video comes from Aaron Vu. He says, "Nice vid. Question. How did you perfect the Swift language and when did you start programming?" So I started programming when I was about 15 or 16 years old using ActionScript 2.0 with Flash. And how did I perfect, I guess, my Swift skill set? It really comes from years of experience using Objective-C and then moving on to Swift. And now I know how to do things pretty well. I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I certainly know how to build iOS apps. And next we have a comment from a YouTube user. "Many thanks for open sourcing this. Removes the need of boilerplate code." So this person is referring to the LBTA components package that we've been using to build out the Twitter app tutorial. And basically it's used to reduce the amount of code that we have to write in our application. If you haven't checked out that series, please make sure to watch the first couple of videos in that series. And now we have a question coming from Diego Penguin. "You can also use SD web image to make caching and getting the image even simpler and a little bit faster. PS, this series is really great." And then he links the SD web image pod. And I do agree, if you want a very simple to use image caching library, please go ahead and check out SD web image. Moving on, we have a question from Visionary. "Awesome work, Brain. Just wondering if this series will include Firebase. I think it will be helpful for the community. Thank you." Well, the Twitter series, I haven't really decided what to use for the back end. I've considered Firebase, but I'm more leaning towards showing you guys how to integrate JSON and REST through a third-party pod called Tron, which is based on Alamo Fire. Okay, so the last interesting question comes from a user called Good Times. He says, "I hope to one day be at your level in iOS development. Here's a question that's off topic since your channel is programming, not career advice." He says, "Would you recommend using apps made from a tutorial in your portfolio? If you understand the technology and frameworks, use along with maybe 2 apps you've made." So honestly, I would advise against submitting tutorials inside of your portfolio. I think it really makes your portfolio and body of work kind of amateurish because tutorials are typically used as kind of proof of concepts, and those proof of concepts should really evolve into something more concrete. So unless you're applying for an internship position, you should really take those tutorials off of your portfolio. All right, so that concludes the Friday comment show. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm gonna try to do more videos like this. And so if you have a burning question that you want me to answer next week, make sure to hit me up on Twitter at BuildThatApp and make sure to hashtag your question with LBTAFriday and try to squeeze that in next week. All right, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.